Greetings everyone, my name's Aaron from the Sobon Network, here with another mod showcase. Today we're going to be showing off another mod for Hearts of Iron 4, and one that I'm quite enjoying right now. It is a World War I mod called The Great War. It's currently in open beta, and you can actually get it on Steam, and I think it's really interesting. I love Hearts of Iron games, and there's two eras. Like, I love World War II. Hold on, let me rephrase it. I love playing World War II games, but I've always been interested also in World War I and also the Cold War. So this is one step towards my ultimate goal of playing Canada from World War I all the way to modern era. One day, it will be mine. Now, this is, it's still in development. Not everything is final, so take some things with a grain of salt. But we're going to be showing off a little bit today. Now, there's, I'll actually continue. I'll show off something in a minute, but we're going to show off two things. We have the Powder Keg of Europe, which is the prelude up to World War I, and then, well, the Great War. So this leads up to a couple of things like the Balkan Wars and different things going on with the Ottoman Empire, you know, just different events that happened. And then you have the Great War itself. Now, to show off, I'm just going to show this off, and then I'm going to actually load a save. Now, you get a couple things with... you got some of the major players. Of course, you have France, you know, disgruntled government, everyone's scrambling for Africa, you know, the United States, which is very neutral. It's home of the free. It can even create its own faction. You have the United Kingdom, German Empire, because yes, before World War II was an empire. You got Italy, Austria, Hungary, the Russian Empire. But there's other countries that you can pick. So you have Spain, Portugal, you have the big old Ottoman Empire, you have some of the colonies. Actually, the Ottomans lost Italy, or Libya and all that. I have the Hajj, which is interesting. It actually has some events like Lawrence of Arabia events. But it looks a little bit different. China's actually unified. You actually fight the... you could actually fight the Chinese Civil War that happened. 1911. Europe looks a little bit different. As you can see, there's not a lot of smaller states. Finland is controlled by Russia. Poland, of course, Estonia, and left. You have Romania and Bulgaria, and you have the Serbian state, Albania. So it's very interesting. South America looks pretty normal. The Mexican Republic actually has a civil war going on, or will have it happen, or in this case, it already passed. And then, of course, you have Canada, Mr. Borden. And then you have Liberal Party of Canada, Volunteer, so different things. So it's kind of cool. Now, I'm going to show off a little bit of the combat. I'm going to load up a save. Now, a full disclosure in fairness, this Canada is semi-legit, and by semi-legit, I gave myself a lot of free experience using console commands. This led to something interesting. So Germany's been knocked out of the war. Canada actually took the Ottomans, and we got a semi-powerful navy. So I'm going to just show off some of the combat and also some of the national focuses. Also, I'll show off other nations' national focuses because I can actually go into theirs and show it off. Something I didn't really do before in my mod reviews. But with this one, definitely have some options. Now, like I said, it's still beta, so not every country is developed. I don't know the extent of it. But I'll show you kind of the generic one. So here's a generic focus tree. So your political one is, you could actually go down to fascist. You can actually go communist. You could start the global revolution early. You can go third. You can go democratic. You're foreign, you can go actually down neutrality. You can support either French or France or Germany. And then if you haven't joined the Entente or Central Powers, you can do so. And then you got your basic equipment focuses, air focus, major construction focuses, and a Navy focus. Other ones are a little bit different. Let's see. So the U.S. one has a lot of different things named off. You can have the Soviet States of America. You can have one where you can actually go towards the Central Powers, be pro-German, withdraw London diplomats, embargo. Go for freeing Canada, joining the Central Powers. Got some equipment focuses, airships, some pretty very generic ones. Let's see, if we look at France. So like I said, they're still developing the political efforts, all about strengthening your government, strengthening either your ties with Russia or the United Kingdom. You can even give some support to your allies. Then you have some generic ones like everyone else has. United Kingdom, it's kind of cool. Oh, it's finally going down that. Some of the new ones. So this is fortifying different places. This is developing different commonwealths, so get some bonuses to it. You can develop Australia, New Zealand, Canada. I wish you did this a long time ago. So kind of cool. The research tree is actually pretty extensive. Okay, if we go to the Infantry Tech, it has some, your basic bolt action rifles. It goes some improved ones, early submachine guns as they came out, and then you get into like more, semi-modern ones. It goes into different organizational grenades. Like grenades weren't that widespread use than they were in World War II. Gas mask, because gas was an issue. Horse-drawn, even in World War II, this was still the primary method. And then you get off to these bonuses up here. It also gives you tech to go past, World War I, which is kind of cool. Support battalions has everything up to just, after World War II, before the 30s. Armor, interesting armored cars. And then you can actually go into different tank production. So you have your early heavy tanks. So this would be your British-made male and female tanks. You can go into the French light tanks that were very common. You can go into the German super heavy tank of the time. And then this can actually lead to modern armor. So, your basic medium tanks, all the way to modern tanks. So it's kind of cool. Artillery, it kind of breaks down into field artillery and then heavy artillery, like the higher end howitzers. Then that actually breaks down in anti-tank guns and so on and so forth. Land Doctrine. So this is kind of unique. They actually had doctrines, a whole doctrine tier that is unique to World War I, and then you can actually get into the other doctrines. So you have the Cult of Defense, and you can kind of go to where you're holding more static, or your infantry is where it is. So you got a lot of defense bonuses. And then if you're going more armored cars or heavy tanks, and then from here you can actually go into one of these ones that will actually give you more bonuses. Navy, it has a lot of things from early on. Which goes in the armored cruisers, protected cruisers. Then that actually led to light cruisers, the early destroyers, the pre-dreadnought, so everything made before the HMSC dreadnought. And then you get into your early dreadnoughts that lead to your battleships, seaplane carriers. You can actually build those. Different submarines. And it leads into all your kind of World War II-esque stuff. Naval Doctrine, same thing. The high seas fleet. Very basic, and then it actually leads to your other research. Aircraft, you actually have airships because Zeppelins were very prominent in this time. And then it goes into your first early fighters. You could build triplane fighters or early fighters. I tried both to see how it works. And this leads to things down the line. And again, you could go down jet fighters if you get that far. Air Doctrine, again, focusing on just World War I tactics, where if you're just more fighting interception chances or just bombing, you have the research. So chemicals actually allows you to do tank research, torpedo research, and some of the early technology that actually gives you bonuses to your different armor. Early radio, which improves your chance. As you can see, here's me cheating my way. And then here you have the different text. So here's like fortifications. Like this actually adds a new state building that you can have, which is trenches. From there, you can go to actual forts and bunkers. And early hand tools. So the tech tree is very, very interesting. And the combat actually plays out very well. Like I said, the equipment. I had actually quite a bit of equipment shortages, even for a robust Canada. So that led to some issues. But trench warfare, infantry in this is your main focus. So you find, or at least I find, in Noble Hearts of Iron, or even most mods, especially when I play World War II, you have a lot of infantry, but then you have your early mobilizations that actually do your breakthroughs. You can do your encirclements. This, not so much. Since it's mostly infantry, has a hard time. In my army, as an example, I have a couple divisions. As I was experimenting with things, got my infantry division. Nothing too crazy. Got some artillery. That's nothing too crazy. I try to do like heavy guns, like to get some more soft attack. A little bit more hard attack. So let's see, that's 150, 94. So those siege divisions were just to bomb infantry. And then I got my guards infantry, which actually adds heavy tanks and light tanks to hopefully get some of that breakthrough. And then just semi-elite infantry. Now, you'll actually see these conflicts actually go on by quite a bit. usually if you can't see it here, because we didn't get that bogged, well, we got bogged down, but for most of the war it was actually here until Canada fought through Egypt in that and took out the Ottomans, because the Ottomans were just getting wrecked. Austria was actually doing better than the Germans, and it led to it. But I got an example here that I did set up, the Fortification System. Now, you have, as you can see, trenches, basic trenches. You can add forts as needed, but what ends up happening, the AI will do this after some time, is these trenches are actually very difficult. So when you first start the game, you have basic infantry, and you're actually going to have to attack from multiple points to do anything. So you could actually have like 5 divisions here. They could have 5, 5, 5. So it'd be an even match. If I had 10 divisions here and attacked here, they could actually defend it, because it, like I said, it's a slug match. It's World War I. So you need, like, maybe say all 10 divisions here attacking. Then they can do a counterattack. So it can get bogged down very quickly. More so than you think. So just showing off combat a wee bit. So I got this on the highest speed. There's not going to be much. See, I'm only doing 46. Soft attack, they're doing 20. They have a high amount of defenses. Let's see. Commander skill and country. And I assume they're probably entrenched. So this could take a while. We estimate that it'll take 160 days, then down to 142. Like, these battles can last that long. Naval Conflict, very, very nice. We've got the Royal Canadian Navy fighting out here. And you'll find a lot of these big battleships actually decide these wars. HMSC Canada, like, he's just wrecked. The carriers did okay, but nothing too fancy. A lot of bombers. So eventually you get to the point where aircraft will start deciding things, but it's still old school tactics. Battleships decide these fights, and then also early torpedoes. Having enough fodder so that the big guns have a chance to do their work. This is interesting. This mod, I really like it. For early beta, I don't know, it captivates me. And there's another mod out there eventually that might do something crazy. But I think if you're looking for a World War I mod on Hearts of Iron, this is it. And I think I'm going to do a Let's Play on this, because it's intrigued me so much. I'll probably do my home country of Canada, but take some national pride. But it's really cool, and it does do a lot of historical events and generals. Like there's a lot I was taken from historical content. It's like, this is cool. It's something you don't always see. So why I'm enjoying it. So everyone, this is Hearts of Iron 4. Well, the game is Hearts of Iron 4. The mod is The Great War, a World War I modification. I'm going to post down below where you can find this mod, where you can download it on Steam. Please check it out. Let them know that I sent you their way, and, you know, tell me your stories of how this World War I, maybe when you play it, how your World War I goes. And I think I'm going to do a Let's Play of it on my channel. Alright everyone, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see everyone next time on the Soban Network. Till then, happy gaming. Bye-bye.